Hi there, everyone. This is Dr. Gwen. Good afternoon to you. It is Monday, and I am feeling so incredibly resourceful and energized today. Typically, Mondays are not the days for a lot of people to feel this way. However, it is a choice that I get to make. Now, this weekend I had a great time. I had a quick invite to a seminar which was produced on the nonprofit organization and writing your grants and getting funding. As you may know, and I've told you before, I have a nonprofit that I started to work with single homeless mothers to empower them, to give them the resources that they need to grow and raise happy, successful kids. So that's what I spent my weekend doing, and I hope that your weekend was just as energizing and even more. And today I'm going to talk with you about the power of the present. And as I thought about what am I going to chat with you guys about today on this empowering reflection conversation, I thought, this would be a great topic to start the week off with. I don't even want to go back to the New Year's resolution, and I don't want to ask you that. That's something you can address for yourself. But as you start the week out, what are some of the things that you have purposed in your mind that you're going to get done during the week? And as you look in your past, and you set your goals and your results, your possible results that you want to achieve for weeks in the past, have you been successful in achieving those? And I ask you, why not? So this conversation today, we're going to just chat a little bit about the power of being present. And when we talk about being present, a lot of people think it's just being here. Like I am present right now. I'm sitting on this chair and I'm present. I'm here. Like when teacher calls the roll, present. But that's not the present that I'm talking about today. The present that I'm going to be addressing with you is that presence of mind, body, spirit, your entire being. I want to start this off by saying just the other day, because our minds have a way of going and coming. And just the other day, I sat down to breakfast in the breakfast room. And as my mind typically flows, I grabbed my cell phone and I started scrolling through as I was eating. And I thought, Gwen, what are you doing? Present means that you're going to tune everything out. Everything that doesn't relate to what you're doing in this given moment. And you're going to pay attention to what you're doing, which what I was doing is eating. So I started relaxing, just inhaling, and just enjoying every bite, enjoying the flavor, savoring the moment, savoring the sun on my back as I chewed and I had my cup of hot chocolate and had the rest of my breakfast. And I just thought, I'm going to shut off this electronic stuff and just sit there and be with my meal. Now, I have to admit that it's not something that I find myself doing often enough, because I have a tendency to want to multitask, as perhaps you do. But you know what? I have found that my multitasking gets me somewhat in trouble. Hi, Quincy. Thanks for joining me. And my multitasking gets me in trouble. Have you ever, let me ask you this. So have you ever been in a situation where you set your keys down and you don't remember what you did with the keys? Now, I know that all of you probably have been through that, and I have too. Have you gone back to assess what it was that caused you to forget why you laid your keys where you laid them and forgot about it? I have. And in every single circumstance, when I've forgotten that I've done something, sometimes I've put some stuff away so that it doesn't get lost, and actually forget where I put it. And that's because I was not present in the moment. I was thinking about something else while I set my keys over here. Or I was thinking about something else while I put that other stuff away, thinking that, okay, it's going to be safe here, and I haven't found it. You know, I remembered getting a card for a birthday present, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to hide this card so that the person doesn't find it. Up to this point, I haven't found that card. It's been years and I have not found the card because I wasn't present when I put that card away and say, okay, I'm going to hide it so this person doesn't find it. So what do you find yourself forgetting? You know what? Being present in every single moment helps your memory. If you find that you're having memory issues, stay present. Be in this current moment so that you can savor every single breath. You can savor every single action. You can notice what you're doing so that if the opportunity comes to have to recall it later, you can remember where you put it. Now, that's not the only benefit that I personally have found to being present, because being present also helps me to enjoy every single moment. That's right. When you are not present, you're either in the past or you're in the future. Period. Right? Now, if you pause and you think about that, you will realize that that is actually what's going on. When you are taking your past and dragging that with you into your present moment, and you are probably getting angry or angered over something that you did do or that someone did to you, some type of failure, right? You're dragging that with you. You're recollecting something in the past, may not be something negative, could be something positive. Or when you're looking out into the future and you're thinking, okay, tomorrow I'm going to be check. So already you are consumed with whatever tomorrow is going to hold for you when you should be present. Now, I know you may be thinking then, what do we do about planning? Because planning is about the future. Well, make a moment for the planning. Make and plan a moment where you can sit and plan for tomorrow. There is no value in wrapping up every single activity into your future and into your past. Because when you project out into the future, what that does sometimes is it brings anxiety. Because you're not there yet, and you are making up stuff about what you think is going to happen. And consequently, it brings on stress that prohibits you from proceeding to be who you intend to be. So stay present and savor the moment. The other thing about being present is it helps you to be more productive. Do you find your days are going away time after time without you accomplishing your tasks that you've set out to do? And I said today is a perfect day to talk about it because it's Monday and many of you have probably set goals to achieve whatever you want to do through Friday. Do you normally get through those goals that you achieve? Staying present helps you to do that. You know this thing called a cell phone? Do you know this thing called Facebook and Twitter? And all those social media stuff, those are distractions. Yes, they are important, and yes, they have their times where you can connect with people either personally or through your business or however you like. However, if you have set up a time to accomplish a particular task and you find that your entire day is wrapped up running back and forth between emails, between Twitter, between Facebook, between returning phone calls, then that's going to cut into your productivity. So we're talking about your empowering reflections here today. which is our conversation for the entire time. And these reflections are intended to help you to think about your life and what you want to show up as here on this earth, and how are you going to show up powerfully. Ladies, let me tell you this. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. Everything requires the purpose, the dedication, the integrity to follow through with the commitment, and the focus. And if you can focus long enough and get in action around what you need to do, you will achieve whatever you want to achieve. So what is it for you today? Now, as I said, I'm not going to touch that New Year's resolution. You will know the answer to that. It's already December almost. In a few months, you'll be setting a new resolution. What did you do with the one this year? Did you achieve it? I went there, said I wouldn't, and I did. Let me back out. So that's just something for you to reflect and think about for yourself. The other thing with staying in integrity is that you can find that when you're experiencing every single moment, those signs and those signals to give you direction on where you ought to take your life are more impressive. That's not the word I want, but that's the word that came to me. It's more, I've never been lost for words, but you can feel it more is what my intentions are, right? And so staying present helps you to map a greater, better, more efficient plan for your future. Because when you are present, you can tune into the emotions, you can tune into the messages that you're getting, you can tune into your intuition and to those impressions that are coming from the spiritual realms. And a lot of times when you and I are not present, what we do is we block those messages that are intended for our personal growth. So friends, let me ask you this. What do you want to be? What do you want to show up as? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to be remembered for in this world? Really think about that. Then the next thing I'm going to make a request of you to do is to be present. Be present to that. Take a few moments and reflect on what the powerful thing is that you feel you are here to manifest, to be on this earth, and reflect. Be present to that. Think about what that looks like in the real world. What does it look like in action? What are you going to do and take on to fulfill that? Then set your plan. Be present as you set your plans and as you execute those steps, as you do with your regular life. Be present. So I want to leave you with just a couple tips on how you can be present, because our conscious mind is something that is very distracting a lot of times. If you're not careful and if you don't get a rein on this mind, your mind will go off in several directions every single moment. When you're present, you bring it back to what is here and now. So how do you be present? The first thing I recommend is you taking deep breaths. So take deep breaths, inhaling. I say for the count of 5, exhaling for the count of 5, same distance. Just deep breaths to flow that energy through your system and just relax. and focus. What are you doing now? What is it that I'm doing now? What is it that I want to achieve by what I'm doing now? Focus and savor the moment. Don't go thinking about the future or the past in that particular moment. Just focus and enjoy. Now, set up a time for when you want to reflect. There are times when you want to look to the future, and there are times when you want to pull from the past. Make those specific moments of your day. However, avoid tangling those moments with what you're currently doing so that you can be more forceful, more powerful. You can show up the way you fully intend to show up, and you can achieve those big goals and those big dreams that you have established for your life. So, my friends, I thank you today for joining me. It has been very great chatting with you in our Empowering Reflections. And I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. And for those of you who watch this later, please if you're watching this, please like the video, comment, feel free to share it with your friends, with someone you think may benefit from this. My goal is to provide inspiration and to help you as you help me develop our whole selves to be a powerful, positive force in this world, impacting the lives of one another, because we're all intertwined in some way or some form. What I do affects you, what you do affects me, and everybody else around. So thank you for joining me once again. And this is Dr. Gwen, empowering lives to live purposefully and passionately. Love you guys.